All righty. So you, after today, you will all be content creators. You will all be marketers and content creators. And I'm just so excited to give you a little taste of this tool and walk you through it. And just know that part of our training today does not end today. We are doing an advanced level training, just some more next level tips on Friday. But in addition to that, we are here for you on demand. Myself and I have a team of 4 behind me. We live in Canva all day. And so if I'm not available, a member of my team will. If you have any questions on Canva, just email me. Similarly, if you're ever working on a design and you get stuck or you're like, I don't like this quite right, just message me and we'll set up a time and we can screen share and we'll look at it together, clean it up and make it look exactly what you're envisioning in your head. Okay, I want you all to be Canva power users by the end of the school year. So I'm Liz Rossell with C-Level Social. I don't like to do the traditional long bio about me. This is what I like to share. Number one, if you know me, you know that I'm Little Miss Social Media. I want to make sure that you're all following. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the wrong slide. It's similar. So I meant to put Illinois on here because I'm doing a similar session for Utah. But make sure you're following SNA on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and make sure you're following them because there's so many great resources out there. Things that you might even see that you're like, that's a great message. I think I can even make it my own and make it work for my program in Canva. So make sure you're following them. The only couple of things you need to know about me, I'm a school nutrition. I always started my sessions by saying I'm a school nutrition advocate and I'm a marketer. Those are the 2 things that I'm passionate about in life. There is a third that just recently came on the scene, and that's Miss Amanda in her fruity outfit for the day. So in addition, she's also the next piece that I'm passionate about. But I'll tell you this very quick story, and this will kind of, if you don't know who I am, this encapsulates who I am perfectly. The gentleman in the middle, his name is Pat Flynn. He is an entrepreneur, a marketer, and a podcaster. He is 100% the reason I am the marketer that I am today. He made me love marketing. And that's also my business partner, Ariane Branch. She's also a fan of him. We went to a conference where he hosted a happy hour. And we completely fangirled, tried to get near him. We wanted to just meet him. And we did. We got to talk to him. And we had just launched C-Level Social. And I said, and he asked us about our company, just such a friendly guy. He asked us about our company. What do we do? And we said, we get to work with lunch ladies and food dudes, and help them share their story. And I'll tell you, this man right here is a millionaire. I know because part of what he does on his website is he puts his financials out on his website to show. But he said, my mom still works at the high school, the cafeteria that I went to high school at. And I was like, you're kidding me. And it just made our day. And we got our picture with Mr. Pat Flynn. So that brought everything together. The other thing you need to know about me is I love free stuff. We have a lot of free resources for you outside of the things that I'll be providing, specifically your co-op. On our website are freebies, all kinds of downloadable, some things are custom, some things are right there, like activity sheets, you can download those. I also do a lot of Facebook Lives, the School Nutrition Masterminds Facebook group, Cup of Joe with Joe Pettit and Kern Halls. There's a lot of free extra resources out there for you that I like to create. If you ever have a need for a resource, I'd love to create that custom resource for you. And then we make it generic for everyone else. So I've had people say, I'd love an activity sheet that's this specific theme. We'll make it custom for them and then put the generic one on our website for all programs to use. So please, if you ever have a need like that, let me know. We're gonna jump right in. Make sure I mute my watch. I muted my phone, just not my watch. We're gonna jump in, and I use this photo on purpose. This is Keisha Williams of Coweta County on Tri-Day Friday. And so I think if we're approaching this today, just try it out, see what you like. Again, we're gonna cover a lot. Just take it in bite by bite, practice a little bit with Canva, and I promise you'll love it. So with that, I wanna start by showing you things you can make in Canva. It's not just social media pieces. This is actually a tri-fold brochure that we recently made for a district in South Carolina. She had that, I think she sent me a Google Doc that was probably like 6 or 7 pages of, I want parents to know all of this. And we made it a trifold brochure that she's going to hand out at open house. And this was made in Canva. So it was created, it was completely custom. Those are their colors. Those are their fonts that they have for their brand, and then download it as a PDF and then you print. So this is an example of one thing you can make using Canva. Oh, I will look and see why that link's not working for you, Tracy. Thank you for letting me know. This is a flyer that we made to announce that grab and go meals for the summer for a district in Arizona. And that is a photo of his team putting together the curbside meals. That's one thing I love about Canva. You can use your own photos. I hate stock photography. I don't like it for a lot of reasons. I rarely use it, and you'll learn when I think it's okay to use it, but don't ever show, a restaurant kitchen when it's not your kitchen. You get to use your own images in your photos. And, oh, this is a great one, a business card. I think I might make this. We have the ability, we're creating some templates for you all. And if we overwhelmingly hear that people are hiring, we'll make this a template for you that you can customize and make your own. This is a recruiting business card. So if you are out and about and you get excellent customer service from someone in the food industry, sure, but it could be at a gas station, any kind of great customer service you get, hand them this card that says, hey, we'd love to work with you. And it's got the QR code that goes right to their hiring site, or the listings for the job listings. It goes right there, and it's branded for Crosby Nutrition Services. I know Jessica Shelley in Cincinnati, Ohio, she said she has had so much success with this. Sandy said almost 75% of my applicants for open positions came from Facebook postings that C-Level did for that's amazing. Sandy, we had another district say that they had 32 open positions and now have 4 open positions. So that's amazing. I will show you all how we can make posts that are eye-catching and custom, so you can start recruiting. Amazing, I love it. So this is an excellent little piece that you can have as all of your team could even have these business cards. These are some graphics that we've made over the years, and I show these to you because these are posted on social media, and I show these to you on purpose, mainly to show you the stats. This is a graphic that was made in Canva, did not take very long at all, and it reached almost 9,000 people in their community. And that's a small community. Clinton, South Carolina is a very small town. They have 4 schools, so that is huge. So I'm showing you, yes, you can make these posts to go on social media, but also, it's not just going to be posted on social media and that's it. It could be seen by hundreds, even thousands. I love this. You will, yes, after today and Friday, you will have the power to make something like this. This is an infographic with with stats on this program, Stokes County. This is in my home state of North Carolina. We have what we have on our site. This is part of our freebies, so you can certainly request one or make your own. This is kind of an infographic on the stats about their program, but in a much more eye-catching manner. You just tell us what stats you have, like we serve X, like however many pounds of fresh produce. We serve so many breakfasts, so many lunches. We have farm to table is very important, farm to school. You can tell us the key things about your program that you want to show off, and you can make it look like this in Canva. What I love about this is I would not want you to create this and it only be a Facebook post. We have clients that use it in presentations to the school board, to their superintendent. We have clients that every month give us new stats and say, all right, here's for the next infographic. We can do it every month. It doesn't have to just be what happened in a whole school year. But these are a lot of fun to make, and you can really have fun with them. You can make graphics like this one we did for a district in Massachusetts. Just a simple thank you for your support this year. They weren't doing summer meals, so it was their post on the last day of school. And look at the kudos and all the positive comments that came from this. I will be honest, this district, it's one school, it's a technical school. They don't get many comments, but look what happened after just posting this one post, and think about what that could do for your team to see that. Is it worth taking 5 minutes in Canva to make this quick little graphic and see the positivity that can come from it that you can then share with your team? I just love this. It was very surprising. I was like, what's happening? Here is another example. I love this post because this was the managers meeting, and I love debunking myths about school nutrition, that cafeterias are just reheating things in the microwave and serving processed foods and yada yada. I'm sure most people don't realize the thought and the timing and or the thoughts and planning that goes into a new school year. And what a great way to educate their audience to say, our managers got together, we're working on new menus, special promotions, can't wait to see you all next school year. In Canva, used our own photo and made it custom to them with their logo, their colors, and their handles. This did not take long at all, folks. And it's a great way to market your program. And then this is my last example. This is a Meet the Team template. And if you like this, we might make this also one of the, we have 5 templates currently for you. We're going to make more. I wanted to get feedback from the group to see. So Tracy, if you like this Meet the Team, I love this one. I wanted to see what you all thought of it, and we'll make this a template for you. So Meet the Team. A couple ways we do this. You can make a quick Google form. You can ask your team to fill out a questionnaire, get some fun facts about them, take a photo at your in-service, and then you could do a post for each one of them once a week, once a month. If you have a huge team, do it a couple times a week, and you will be shocked at the amount of positive comments you get from a Meet the Team post. If you've attended any of my other sessions, you're probably tired of hearing this because I mention it all the time because it's just so great. This district, this was the first, I think, Meet the Team post we ever did for them. It reached almost 1,400 people in their community. And look at people saying, Steph is awesome. Steph is a blessing to her schools. How amazing is it for Stephanie to get tagged and see this post and someone calls her a blessing to her schools? Like, that's just, I mean, that's all feel goods all around. People that don't like social media, you're certainly not getting any negative comments on a post like this. And then I'll show you one more example of a Meet the Team. These 2 screenshots you see of all of these kudos, that's only 2/3 of all the comments. Everybody flipped for Miss Ravon Jones. So I would highly recommend this being a way to use Canva, and I'll show you how to do it, but also like tricks to make it very quick and easy moving forward. You don't create this template from scratch every time. There's shortcuts that I can show you. So I hope that got some creative juices flowing. You think, what could I might want to try. Now it's time to jump into Canva. Well, I'm going to show you 2 free tools, then we're jumping into Canva. I want to clarify that the free version is likely all you will need. I used the free version for probably 5 or 6 years before I upgraded. And I honestly upgraded because I manage a lot of brands for our clients and I needed some extra resources. Play around with the free version as long as you can. I believe, don't quote me, I believe the paid version might be like $100 a year. And I will, at the end, I'll point out things that are specific to the pro version. So you can see, oh, okay, well, I might want to get that pro version later because that looks handy, but just free. I also, like I said, guys, I love free. So I'm going to show you 2 quick tools, and then we will jump into Canva. So, and if you have any questions at all, please unmute, just raise your hand. I'm looking at the chat too. Excuse me, I'll take a sip of water. Okay, so what you're seeing right here is Coweta County, Georgia. That was the Tri-Day Friday picture I showed you. See how everything that Coweta County has is their colors, their fonts. When you see something Coweta County School Nutrition, you recognize it. Easiest example, McDonald's. You see the yellow and the red, it's McDonald's. You see the M, the way that the font is for the McDonald's, you recognize that font. If all of a sudden McDonald's logo was a totally different font, you wouldn't recognize it, right? So when you're creating things in Canva, try to use your colors and your fonts all the time. And I'm going to show you these two tools, or these two links right here will make it so easy to do both of those. If you do not already know, like, I don't know what font I should use, I'm going to show you those tricks. So assuming you have a logo, or you're just using the district logo, you want things to match your brand, right? So if your nutrition department has a logo, it has colors, it's got its own brand, use that. If not, I would suggest using the district. If you don't have, if you don't really have anything to go on, create a color palette yourself. You can, if you click on colors, there's a color palette. Oh, I'm sorry, color palette generator. I love this, just discovered this the other day. Wait, look at all of these color combinations. You can scroll through here and find ones you like. And if you think this really represents, and these warm colors would be something you'd like to work with, you're going to learn what these are in a second, but there's your color codes, and you would use these for all your designs. It's all going to make sense once we get in there, so stay with me. But that's one way to generate colors. But let's say you have a logo. This is what you're going to do. Upload your logo. Upload this one. This is Raymore Peculiar Schools in Missouri. So you upload a picture of your logo, and there are your colors. And what you want are these 6 digits, or it's digits and letters. You want to write these down, have them on a Post-it at your desk. These are my colors. Every time I make something, I'm going to use these codes. Those are my colors to use. After a while, you'll memorize them. I remember I memorized codes from 2 jobs ago that I had. I still know their color codes. So you can upload an image there, and you can see exactly what the color codes are. So this is exactly a thing that I did for Raymore Peculiar Schools. She said, this is our logo, a t-shirt company made it. And I said, okay, well, I want to use this font when I create things for you. Do you know what font that is? There are different fonts. You're familiar, Times New Roman. Every time you make something in Word document, you can change font names. I asked her what the font was, and she said, I have no idea. Well, there's a handy little tool for that. This link was on that slide. It's called What the Font. And like I said, you're going to get this you're going to get this video will be on your site. But just like we uploaded the logo here, we're going to upload the logo here. So click to upload. Make sure you've got your logo wherever you need it to be. And this is going to be a little trial and error. It's not perfect, but it's going to get you very close. You select some text. I found from trial and error that I got really close to it. I think it was with using the word nutrition. Click on that and go next. And it's going to tell me all these font options that are close to it. How cool is that? It's amazing. So what I'm going to do is I can say, okay, I'm going to try to find a font that's really close to a font that's available in Canva. If you if you have a font that you need and it's not in Canva, you need a pro account, the paid account, to be able to upload your own fonts. If you, so again, you can upload fonts using the pro account. If you're starting from scratch, you don't have a brand, you don't have color palettes, nothing, just pick a font that's in Canva already, and you don't have to worry about it. There's tons of fonts in Canva. But this is what the font, and that's a quick way to locate a font that's there, okay? And there are ways to get it for free. I've never paid for a font. There's ways to find them online. If you need help with that, contact me directly. That's more of a specific question. I don't want to get too in the weeds with everybody on that. And Tracy, just to, I know you said the site didn't work. I'm gonna put www in front of it. If anybody can click on that, let me know if you also don't have the access to this link. And sometimes the www can be helpful or hurtful. Okay. How's everybody feeling? We know that we can make flyers, business cards, graphics for social media, and we know that what fonts and colors, we know that we want to stick with our fonts and colors for our brand. And if you need help building a brand and you want advice on that, that's a separate conversation, but I'm certainly here for it. Just let me know, we'll talk, okay? So I'm going to give you a tour of Canva. We are now at 23-minute mark. I don't want to have time for questions, but that's where we're spending the rest of our time today, everybody. First up, like I said, you can create so many things here. Right here is what do you want to design? Presentation, that's a PowerPoint. That's formatted, it's the right size for a PowerPoint presentation. Instagram post, a logo, a poster. If you want to do a flyer, that's 8, you see that's 5.5 by 8.5, that's inches. I usually do 8.5 by 11 flyers, but you can scroll through here and see all the different things you can do. A banner, there's a lot of options here, business card. You're really gonna probably stay in a few things. You might be making flyers, you might be making social media graphics, and maybe digital signage. So if you have digital signage, it depends on what you have, Meal Viewer, School Nutrition and Fitness, NutriSlice. You should be able to find out what size looks good on your digital signage. You can make something here with that. Up here on Create a Design, here's all those different, like if I typed in Facebook, here's I can make a Facebook post. And why do I want to do that? What looks good on Facebook, the size, isn't going to print well as a flyer. A flyer needs to be 8.5 by 11. A Facebook post needs to be more square. So things are just going to look better. I don't want you to print a flyer and you got white on the top and bottom, right? But you can also do custom sizes. So if you have digital signage, find out what size does something need to be. And it's either pixels, which is the size for images, or inches. And change that and you can make it whatever size you want. Do 6 by 8, 6 by 6 and create a design. Okay, let's do, we're just going to keep it simple for right now. Let's do a flyer. Okay, and you see as I hover, it shows me the dimensions 8.5 by 11. That's most flyers that people want, 8.5 by 11 flyer. So I'm going to click that. And here's my canvas. Everything on this white is my canvas. I can make it look however I want. My advice for newbies is start with templates. Right here at the top, and I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so we can see better. Just one sec. I zoomed out. Oh, it didn't zoom in for me necessarily there. Okay. Let me see if this will do it just to try real quick. There we go. Is that better? Just for this part. So templates, look at all of these templates that they already have. Let's say you wanted to do, okay, it's Spirit Week. This is a Spirit Week event flyer. It's like, looks like maybe might be good for homecoming. When you click on it, it just populates right here automatically. just populated. I didn't have to do anything. I clicked. And I'm just going to show you the easiest thing possible. Change it to your school. And it's, instead of spirit, it's homecoming. Now that was way too big. So what can I do? There's these awesome little click and drags. It's so simple. It's just click and drag to make things bigger or smaller. Homecoming week, change your dates. Whatever, to that. I should send like 20th to 27th, something like that. And then what are all your dress up days? Crazy hair, pajamas. I just click here and I can change, I just change whatever I want. Patriotic day. Done. Your phone number if you want it. If you don't want it, click it. There's a little trash can. Delete it. I didn't want that there. Okay, you change the content. That's a great start. If you're a newbie and you've got to get something out quick, this is fine. You can run with this if time is not your friend. But I want you to build your brand, right? You're McDonald's. I want you using the red and yellow, and I want you using the McDonald's font. So this is what the next piece would be. Change your fonts and your colors. So this is what I love about Canva for people that are not graphic designers. I am not a graphic designer. I never went to school for graphic design. I don't know the Adobe suite. I don't like Photoshop. It intimidates me. It scares me. I can never find what I need. But watch this. I want you to just look at this white bar up here. When I click on fonts, here are all the editing options for fonts. If I click away, gone. This little person is its own image. If I click on it, here's what I can change with him. I can change the colors for his outfit. Oh, that was black hair, gray hair. I can change the colors of their outfit. I can crop, flip. We'll look at all that in a second. But then when I click away, it's gone. It's only showing me the editing options for whatever I've clicked on. And I love that because you don't have a big menu to sift through and say, where's that crop feature? I can't find it. It's only going to show you what you can do with it. So with that said, let's say your colors, to make it simple, let's say your colors are red, white, and blue. Okay. So the background of this, if I click on the background, I just clicked right here. I click on the background, it's this black. I'm going to make it blue. And I want this to be red. So I click on it, and this is my little color, and there's red. That's the person. Okay. So I'll show you a hack here. If you click Shift, oh wait, I'm trying to get to that little box in the back. There it is. Click Control and then click, it clicked her, and then it clicked behind. There's that little blue box. That's Control and click. We'll go to the design element behind it. I was trying to get to this blue box, and I can make it white, red, white, and blue. Okay. I'm going to click the font and make it white. I'm going to click this to turn his outfit blue. We've got too much red over there. Oh, that's blue on a blue background. So we need that white. Okay. And then those are not my fonts. I need it to be the right fonts. So I click here, and here are all my font options. There are a lot more font options in the Pro account. But again, play with the free version. I think you'll be very happy with it. But if you upgrade, you know, it's not astronomical cost at all. But you can change your fonts. Let's just say, I do love this font, this Libadoris. I don't know how to say that. So I'm going to click on it, and I click, and that's it. Make it bigger or smaller. Now, if you are building your brand, you're doing this from scratch, you've never done it before, I like to have, see how this font is very, zoom in. See how this font looks like handwritten? It's a very handwritten looking font. I like to couple that with a font that is very basic, straight lined, a sans font, so that they complement each other versus two fonts that look handwritten would clash. So I really like this League Spartan. So that's my other font. So I'm going to make sure everything is League Spartan or that Libidorus that I don't know how to pronounce. The rule of thumb, 2 fonts per design. Okay. So as you watch, all I'm doing is clicking on the font and change. And if I go up to the top, here's what I've reached, the top 3 are what I recently used. So I'm clicking on the font, changing that to Libidorus. Somebody on this call is like, you are saying that so wrong, and I know how to say it. If you know how to say that, unmute yourself. So we'll get into some advanced tips to make this a little bit better, but I'm not gonna, you don't have to watch me change all these to League Spartan, but that's what I would do. So they're all gonna be League Spartan, 2 fonts per design. If that messed up, see how it had 2 lines? Just do this. And there's a little piece right here where you can move them around. The more you play with Canva, the better it gets. The more you'll learn, you'll feel more comfortable. Like I said, I use the picture of Try Day Friday for a reason. In almost all of my sessions, it's so that you just feel comfortable playing around. And I'm always here to help. Okay, so I would go through that. I've got my red, white, and blue colors. We have a question?
Yeah,
Hey.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. This is Mike. So my question is on your, when you're making everything bigger and smaller. I know you can, make it, wider, not wider, but can you just go up there and use the font? Can I just go up there and use the number one? So
You
what do I
can.
have to be? Do I just have to be, you don't have to scroll over like in other programs. You just have to touch in the box. Is that the difference here?
So when you touch in the box, you can do these plus or minuses to change the font.
Right. So I don't have to be moving the box wider or shorter. I can just do the other way, correct?
Correct.
Right.
Yes. Whatever you're comfortable with. And I would recommend, that's a great question. And it makes, I'm glad you asked, because I would recommend like this, for example, you've got Monday through Friday. Make sure that every single spirit day is 20.8. Every spirit day should be 20.8.
And I don't want in there. Yeah, you just did. Okay. The other thing is, I don't know if this is more advanced or not, but like that crazy hair day, if it did go on top of her arm, can you make it so it's on top of her arm and not under her arm?
Yes. So
Okay.
See how it is, and I'll zoom in so you can see a little better. So see how it was naturally behind?
Correct.
Then you click, it usually will show up automatically, but I'm zoomed in so much. But what you're going to look for is position.
Oh, position. Okay.
And you can do forwards.
Okay.
And that's gray on teal on tan. You want to make sure you can see that pretty well. You might want to make it a different color. Probably since my colors that I chose were red, white, and blue. I'm obviously in a patriotic mood, you guys. I changed that one to Patriotic Day. It's the Olympics. I think that has to be it. So I might make it white so that it shows a little bit better up against her arm. You see that? Can anyone access the link? It's not working for Tracy.
Oh.
So if it's not working if y'all could test it, that would be great. I have had a couple, I've submitted my certificate and everything for my site to be a secured site and it still shows as unsecured. So it might be the district. And
I want to encourage everyone to, ask questions. Don't feel like anything's, I hate to use a sign, but don't make anything, nothing's a, dumb question. So get your questions now. I mean, I'm probably the most illiterate here when it comes to computer stuff. So, I mean, I'll be honest. So if there's any little thing you want to know, please speak up. This is where, we want everybody to understand this. All right.
Tracy, I promise it's not just you. There's a couple other people. Debbie Bouvet, if you know her, every time I send an email with a new freebie, she emails me and says, can you email it to me? Because it's her site, her district blocks my site. So what did we do here? Oh, so Kelly has a question. Is there a way for the whole canvas to be updated to your selected font? Okay, great question. So if I wanted all of these, for example, you click one and then shift and then click each one, and you can do that. Shift, and then you do League Spartan. So you can also like click and drag to select elements. I'm clicking and holding and dragging, but do you see it's really tough to just get certain things? See how it's picking up? If you can see that, it like when I click and drag, it can easily pick up other things. Like see how it's that little box is appearing above it, it picked this up. So that can sometimes be tricky. So just click it and shift. Perfect. So what did we do? We created a flyer. We took, we used a template. You could search templates. You could use food, whatever. You could do a template. And then we switched out the colors and we switched out the fonts. I want you to live in that space until you feel comfortable with everything Canva has. Okay, just live there for a little bit. Just a day or two, not forever, but I think it's a really safe space. So we have technically 20 minutes. I certainly don't mind going late, but I definitely want to be respectful of your time. So I'm going to go through a couple of, I'm going to go down this menu to give you a tour of what these editing tools look like. And I will share the pro accounts too. If we, if there's way too much still to cover, I will just make a separate video that you can watch on demand and put it on your site if we get there, but I will certainly try to. Oh yes, Sandy, how to add a logo. So let's go straight to uploads. So when you are on, let me back up to show the site. There we go. So we have some templates that we've created for all of you. We'll show you how to use them, but there is specifically white space on the font on these. So look, there's meal applications, attention parents, we need your meal benefit applications this year, please. I purposely left white space so that you can slap your logo in there with a white background and look at that. You've put your brand on it. There's white space here to put on this megaphone, white space here. So I want your logo on everything. I want your logo on everything, and I'll show you how to do that. And Christine asked if we could show how to change the background again. So the background color, I just clicked on, I click on a blank spot on it. There's, if I clicked on that, I'm clicking the font. So I clicked on a blank spot and there's the blue popped up. And I can make any color. There's a little plus sign here, and I have a whole color wheel to go with. I can click all throughout. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because I skipped over the color codes. So remember, we used that link, the color codes, and I told you there were 6-digit codes. This is where they are. So everything you design, you're going to put your 6-digit code in here so that you're always using the same blue. You don't want to use a blue and then get kind of close to it in one design and then kind of close to it, and then next thing you know, your blues don't match. Okay, so Tracy, glad you were able to see it. So the largest size you can create a poster, you really can create, okay, sorry, I'm going to go back because there's a couple more questions. We did the background. Can you select a different background and not just a color, or is it better to pick a different template? So you can, there are backgrounds. So if I go over here to elements, background, there are all different kinds of backgrounds. There's ones with, this one's got like design here. You can even search, but you can scroll through here and see what backgrounds they have. And like was that the one that was asked earlier, if I click on this and I go to position, I can move it backwards, and that will move it back behind things one at a time. Or I can just say, move it straight to the back, and it put it straight to the back. You can do that. That was a poor example. It was white on there, but there are other backgrounds you can certainly do. We just started with a template because it was easier. The largest size you can create. So when we are here, we're looking at all the different templates they have here. That poster, I think poster here says 24 by 18. But remember, if you create a design, you can do a custom size. So whatever, find out what size you're going to have printed. And if it's in inches, put in the width and height and create new design, and you've got your design from there. And let's see. Tracy, glad you can at least see it on your phone. And you can make a picture or background. So let's look at the uploads. I'm gonna skip elements really quickly to make sure we get to see uploads. So uploads is where you can use a picture as a background. You can upload your logo, and you want your logo on everything. Let me scrap this. I'm gonna actually get rid of this, and let's start with something a little more plain. I'm gonna start with a plain one from scratch. How about that? Let's go back to our home and create a design.
Liz, why don't you start one with one of those 3 that we can use that has the white there, and all we have to do is learn how to put our logo in it.
Yes, I'll show that right after I show uploading a couple images. Yeah, I can do that, certainly.
Remember, this is the beginner class.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and you're going to have a separate video that will show you how to use those templates. So we're going to I want you to be able to see the uploads and having your logo. So if this is a blank canvas, uploads is where you upload your own pictures. I want you to use photos of your food, of your team. That's going to be extremely helpful. I want you to put your logo on everything. So it's as simple as upload, and you can upload from your device, meaning upload from your computer. You can upload from Dropbox, Facebook, and then I click here. And now forever in my uploads folder. Where is it going? Try it again. Maybe because I already have that image in there. Okay, it's uploading right now. So I uploaded, and here's that image. Okay, so forever, when I go to my uploads, unless I delete it, there's my logo. So every time I design something, I'm going to use my logo. You can make it bigger or smaller. I usually put it like bottom right corner. If you move over here, see those lines helped me center it. You could center your logo. That's how you could do that. If you wanted to use a picture, like your own picture, I assume, Stacey, you might have meant like using your own picture as background. Certainly do that. One thing I like to do, let's use Chef Brenda. Chef Brenda is doing her next Tuesday tip video. Y'all are getting a sneak peek, is about chopping romaine. So I had it in my uploads. I click on it. It populates right here. I can make it take up the whole thing. And if you want to use a picture as a background, this is my little trick that I like to do. I click on it, and here's transparency. There's 2 ways you could really go about using a picture as a background. I can kind of make that a little bit lighter so that you see it, but it's a little bit more transparent. And then I go to text, and I could say, to add a heading, and I'm going to say Tuesday tip coming soon, or romaine salads coming to our menu this fall. So we've got a picture of Chef Brenda chopping up romaine, and we've got our text here, which I want you to play around with, make it bigger, smaller, make it 2 lines. You see how you could make it transparent? Similarly, if you wanted to, let's say you did not want it transparent, I wanted it to look just like that. it might be tough depending on your picture to see. Let's see if white actually looks pretty good on that. You could do white, or in elements, there are shapes. And what I do is I put a box behind it. And that's kind of nice. It's green. It's already green for us. Say romaine salads coming this fall. So those are two examples of using a picture as the background. Let's see if there's any new questions. Okay. I want to show a couple of things. We talked uploads, a template. Okay, I want to share a couple of things and then I'll show you how to use the templates. Especially as you're learning, remember, I'm here, my team is here to help you really feel comfortable in Canva. If you start a design and you are like, I'm not feeling this, I don't know what I'm doing, or maybe you like it, you're just like, I would love an extra set of eyes to make sure that this is where it should be. Click this share button and just type in my email address. It's liz@clevelsocial.com and send it to me. And I'll get an alert that I get an email that says that you shared a design with me. I'll reach out and we can connect. We'll do a screen share and we'll work on your design together. Okay. Similarly, let's say you want to do that with a member of your team and they have a Canva account. This email has to be the email that's associated with their Canva account. So if they just say, hey, if you know somebody and say, what's your email with your Canva account? And you can share designs that way. Okay. I want to show photo frames. Make sure I'm not missing anything too big. We'll go through elements at the end. I want to show photo frames and then I'll show you how to use the template. Okay. So under elements, if you scroll down our frames and grids. So Sandy said we can share among the group. If anyone shares their email, they use their Canva account. Absolutely. If you know a member of your team has Canva, absolutely share amongst each other too. If you see anything that has this grass, sky, and the clouds, that is something you can put a picture in. It's a frame. We use them all the time. I think they'll be really handy for you. So as you can see, I'm just clicking and dragging. Remember that uploads folder. I want you using your pictures of your food and your team. Here was Georgia tomatoes. Okay, watch this. It's so handy. You just drag and it scoops it right up. And I've got this framed picture I can manipulate completely. It just makes it easier to work with a photo. You can crop. If you click crop, you can make it bigger. Let me do that again for you. If I click crop, you can make something bigger or smaller. Zoom out. I zoomed in, I'm going to zoom back out and click done. This just makes working with photos a little bit easier. You can also go to effects, or I'm sorry, adjust, and you can make things brighter. Sometimes maybe the photo that you took in the cafeteria didn't come out so great. You could just, I find that brightness, just a little bit of brightness helps a lot. Okay. Those are frames. Most things are under elements and those are frames. Okay. Let me show you how to use the template. And then I want to take any questions you have. There's a lot more I could show you. We can certainly stay a little late if anybody wants to, but I want to make sure you are armed with this, okay? So it's even typed out here how to use your templates, but I'm going to show you. But the instructions are also right here, okay? Right at the top. Cannot miss it. So this is the one for meal applications. If you need parents to fill those out still, this is a nice little template for you to use. Just going to click on the name. And this is, oh gosh, it didn't do it because I'm already logged in. Oh, let me log out. It didn't behave properly because I'm already logged in, I think. Store. And meanwhile, does anybody have any questions while I'm making sure this behaves properly?
Liz, how do we know what your templates are, like what format they are, if they're a flyer or a...
So everything is formatted for a Facebook post. If you need something reformatted for a flyer, just let me know. We'll fix that. The quick way to know what has it been created in is if you click the resize button in gray here, it says resize Facebook post, and there are the dimensions. This is my #1 favorite perk of the Pro account, is that you could take this and then say flyer 8.5 by 11, and then you could resize it as a flyer. So if you feel like you'll use this for multiple mediums, that alone will be worth the Pro account. So if I copied it as a flyer, it's not perfect, but it's getting there. You would just have to adjust a little bit. See how now your font's all way down here? You just adjusted a tiny bit. You would just click, I click and drag, or you could click each one individually and click shift on your computer. Shift lets you select everything, and you could move it up, make it a little larger. You can tweak it, okay? Let me see if it will behave. Why is it not behaving like I wanted it to? What it should do. So here's, I'll show you both ways. If it pops up like this is so important. If it pops up like this and you see the NIIPC, it's more than meals, file, make a copy. It's your own copy. Okay, it's your copy that then you make a copy, and it will say copy of right there, and it's yours to do what you like. If you click right here, you can rename it. It's yours. We want you to do that because if you start here, you're editing the original template. Don't worry, I've got backups of the original templates. If anything happens, it's not the end of the world. I just, to make it easy for everyone, file, make a copy. Just make that the routine. If it, earlier today, it behaved completely different for me. And what it did was a whole new window opened, and it was this image. It was huge, just the image. And on the bottom left was a pencil icon, small pencil icon. Click on that and click use template. And that will make a copy for you. So there's 2 ways to go about it. I'll update this in case it's not behaving for everybody, but just remember, file, make a copy. Okay. So if you get this is your copy. Let me make sure I get I'm gonna go ahead and file, make a copy to protect myself here. So you get this is the template that we've got started for you. It even has, this institution is an equal opportunity provider on the bottom. And you're like, all right, I'm ready to make this mine. Okay. Go to your uploads and snag that logo that I know you uploaded. Upload your district logo, upload your nutrition department's logo, whatever it is. I click on it, and this is why I left this white space. You can click and drag and you can put it right there. And now it looks a little bit more like yours, right?
Liz, Liz, when do you change the name up here?
Anytime you want.
Because what I'm afraid of is that people are going to override this.
Not if they make a copy.
But because it says copy, you're good. You're not overriding it.
Exactly. Make sure it says copy, correct. Yep. So we plug the logo in there, and I need it to be my colors and my font, right? So you click on this, and 2 ways about it. I know the colors, I have them saved because I have a Pro account, but check this out, everybody. Down here, if you don't know your colors, you should though. I showed you initially, I want you to have those written down because this doesn't always work. It actually didn't work when I was doing a training session 2 weeks ago. And Sandy, remember I said I always do the other way because it doesn't always work for me. But this should work most times. When you have this image, your logo's in here. Look at these photo colors. It's picking up all the colors that are in these pictures. Isn't that so handy? So now I could make it white, yellow, I'm sorry. That yellow doesn't look good though, right? It's yellow on top of white. So I want it black. And then maybe this, I might want it, the blue didn't pick up. See, it should pick up the blue in its eyes and it didn't. That's okay though. We can make it gray and we'll just stick with black because that goes with the color scheme. That burgundy that it was on the template, on the original template, does not go with Rapek's logo. So I needed to make it black and now it looks much cleaner. It looks great, but I do have to fix the fonts. So I would come over here and change the fonts to their fonts. I want everybody to have a cheat sheet of what your 2 fonts are, to have 2 fonts, always have 2. What are your 2 fonts? What are your colors? If you need help with any of that, please let me know. Get that. Remember, this recording is available later. You can certainly go back to it where I showed how to find out your fonts, but if you need help with that, just let me know. That's it. So once I'm done, I've fixed my fonts. Everything looks good. I haven't, but for today's purposes, you just click these 3 dots and you can download. Download it as I always download. The social media graphics is a PNG. It's even suggested. That makes it easy for you. If you were doing a flyer, PDF print, high quality print. That's where you're most likely going to live. If you're doing digital signage, PNG. If you're doing anything print, PDF print. Okay. So remember, and it's on the instructions as well. You're going to click on this if you want to announce free meals. Click on it. Ah, now it did it here. Okay, this is the other way it looks. Here it is, the pencil icon. Okay, if it looks like this for you, pencil icon, use template and watch copy of. Always look for the copy of. If it's copy of, you're golden. Go ahead. If you end up accidentally messing up and you end up playing with the original, don't stress it. I can fix it. It's not the end of the world. This just helps us all out. Okay. Especially with so many people using the templates. Okay.
If we're doing a link that we want people to click on, will it, if we add it here, will it be, when we download it, will that link stay? Or is that for the advanced class?
So you can do it for a PDF, but that's it. That's the only way. And yeah, I have that on my list for the advanced class, but yes,
okay,
only for a PDF.
Friday. It'll bring everyone back.
Yep, there you go. Yep. But for like Facebook, images are not clickable. You know, digital signage, obviously nobody's clicking on that, but yes, for PDFs you can. So I encourage everybody to play with Canva. It's 3 o'clock now. I know it's we went over a little bit. Play around with elements. Elements is we didn't spend time here, but it's as simple as clicking and playing around with things. Let me know if you have any questions. Are there any other questions right now that I can answer?
There's one on the chat list, a new one from my.
Oh, if we already have an account, do we need to do something different? No, not at all. If you already have an account, when you click that link and you're already logged into your, you're logged into your Canva on your computer, when you click that link and you use the template, it's already you're logged into your Canva. That's it. Don't have to do anything different. No need for a new account. Once you have your colors and your fonts and you've played around a little bit, it's really exciting. I think using these templates and taking them, changing the fonts and colors and making it and adding your logo, when people see the first thing designed in their brand, it's very exciting. It feels a lot better than seeing stuff in this demo mode that we're in, Alrighty, well, we have, the link is there. I'll brush up those instructions. We'll also have instructions on a video I'll make to show everybody how to use the template, so don't stress that. Catherine, this recording will be added to this site. So what we'll have is instructions on using the templates, and then we'll have the recordings at the bottom. We also have join us for breakfast, and we have what makes a breakfast and what makes a lunch. Those are actually in C-level social colors right now, but I can't wait to see them in your colors. But it will be added. I will add it this evening. If not immediately after this, I will add it this evening, so you will have the recording. My email is very easy, liz@clevelsocial.com. I'll make sure, I'm just going to throw this on here at the end. Here we go. There's my email, liz@clevelsocial. I'm constantly checking my email. Just feel free to reach out at all separately. If you want to subscribe to our email list, you can text to get access to all those freebies. Whenever we have one, we send alerts. But I'm really looking forward to spending time with you all this year and helping you all grow and giving you the power to do this. You're going to be surprised. I'm not going anywhere. I'm excited to be able to grow with all of you this year instead of doing a training and then saying bye. I much prefer to be able to help you along the way. So we have a team. Like I said, we live in Canva all day. We're here to help at all times. So Mike, is there anything else?
I think, did you answer Kate's? That recording you said is going to be on the bottom, right? That's Kate just asked that.
Yes, correct. All righty. Thank you all so much. We'll have that up today, and I hope to see you. So play around a little bit between now and Friday, and I hope that you're able to join us on Friday. If not, the recording will be there. Thank you, Christine, and have fun playing around with Canva, everybody. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thanks, Liz. Bye-bye.
Bye.